Britney Spears' sister, shocking action against Kevin Federline. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, the whole vibe is like we're on a FaceTime call and we're just hanging out and we're keeping each other company. I always say it because it's true, girl. You keep me company, I keep you company, and we just keep each other company. And just like that, they kept each other company. Well, listen, we got to talk because I am super shocked at the article that I was reading, and then I had to prove it to myself. We have... let me just see if I can find this. I have definitely have said my fair share things of Jamie Lynn. Hang on, I'm just trying to find her here. Okay, so I found Jamie Lynn Spears's Instagram, and I wanted to find it so I can tell you guys what I'm going to tell you. I have been very disgusted by the actions of Britney Spears' family. I have been disgusted by the book that Jamie Lynn Spears wrote. I have been disgusted by the interviews that she's made. I have been disgusted by the lack of empathy, love, and respect that her family has shown Britney.
So you were never involved in the conservatorship?
I never had one part in anything ever in Britney's conservatorship or her life at all revolving around the conservatorship.
Latest on Britney Spears, the singer's younger sister, Jamie Lynn Spears, has been made trustee of Britney's finances.
Come to find out, she had actually been the trustee for like 2 years. Since 2018, she started being the trustee.
Everybody, I just want to take a second to address a few things. The only reason I haven't before is because I felt like until my sister was able to speak for herself and say what she felt she needed to say publicly, that it wasn't my place and it wasn't the right thing to do. But now that she's very clearly spoken and said what she needed to say, I feel like I can follow her lead and say what I feel I need to say. I think it's extremely clear since the day I was born, I've only loved, adored, and supported my sister. I mean, this is my freaking big sister before any of this bullshit. I don't care if she wants to run away to a rainforest and have a zillion babies in the middle of nowhere, or if she wants to come back and dominate the world the way she has so many times before. Because I have nothing to gain or lose either way. This situation does not affect me either way because I am only her sister who is only concerned about her happiness. Maybe I didn't support the way the public would like me to with a hashtag on a public platform, but I can assure you that I've supported my sister long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after. Note that. I mean, I've worked since I was 9 years old. I'm on freaking bills since I was 10 years old. Not that I owe the public anything, because my sister knows I love and support her. That's the only person I owe anything to. I'm not my family. I am my own person, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm so proud of her for using her voice. I'm so proud of her for requesting new counsel like I told her to do many years ago. Oh, not on a big public platform, but just in a personal conversation between two sisters. So I'm very proud that she's taken that step. If ending the conservatorship, if going to Mars or whatever the hell else she wants to do to be happy, I support that 100% because I support my sister. I love my sister, always have, always will, as long as she's happy. So, let's keep praying. That's all.
And this is the first time that I have to say, oh, okay, oh, wow, I'm actually kind of shocked. So, Jamie Lynn Spears was included in Kevin Federline's book, okay? There was a text message that was revealed in the book, and it was basically Jamie Lynn Spears thanking Kevin and his wife for basically raising the kids. and how, Britney was this and Britney was that. And it was just like this, it was this like whole, thank you so much, basically, it was like, honestly, this makes me want to cry because I feel that I feel for those boys so much. I'm her little sister by 10 years and I can't imagine what her actual children must feel like at times, but I'm familiar with the feeling of being a dinghy trying to survive a wave caused by another ship, feeling like you have to rescue yourself. I always wanted her to get better, especially for the boys. Jamie Lynn allegedly went on to admit that she said she started to resent Britney for how she treated Preston and Jaden, adding, I'm still trying to come to terms with how she could be so unaware of anything outside of herself. So Kevin Federline, of course, put this in his book, and she was following him on Instagram, and now she has unfollowed Kevin. So while others are like, finally, she's on Britney's side, I'm now questioning, is she on Britney's side, or is she pissed off that he included these messages in his book? You know what I mean? I don't trust these people whatsoever. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I don't want them near me. I think that they're all fucking shady. I have gone down rabbit hole interviews of Britney, and the way Britney always talked about her sister and the way that she always loved her sister and always wanted her sister to know that, she was supported, right? Not only was Britney there for her emotionally, physically, financially, gave her the career she has, she was like her second mom. And I can't imagine the betrayal Britney must feel, right? That in all those years, Jamie Lynn stating she didn't know nothing about the conservatorship. Then we find out that, she was appointed, something in the conservatorship, like something financial. I forget, but you know what I'm talking about. And her not wanting to help Britney throughout that conservatorship. Her saying, I don't know nothing about a conservatorship. I have no idea. I'm not educated in it. I'm not this, I'm not that. All the bullshit she said in interviews. If my sister was asking me to help her because she was in basic jail, like she was, right? Basically, she was in jail. Do you think I'm not going to study? I will graduate Harvard Law just to help my sister, okay? I will literally go and get myself a freaking, lawyer's degree, a freaking license, and free my sister my damn self if no one else wanted to get involved and help her, okay? I will literally educate myself on the ins and the outs of the conservatorship like there is no tomorrow, all right? That's what I would have done to help my sister. But the fact that I believe, this is just my opinion, that this was somehow financially benefiting them, of course she's gonna stay quiet, And if her papa and her mama are saying, Britney needs this and that, don't get involved, then she's like, okay, I'm not going to get involved. That's not going to fly with me, honey. You know what I mean? Especially the person who gave me so much. I'm sure Britney expressed to Jamie Lynn Spears many times how sad she was in this life that she was living. And Jamie Lynn couldn't move her fucking finger. I don't want to hear that she has kids to raise. I don't want to hear that you have money. I'm sure you have a nanny or two, okay? And even if you don't, your kids go to sleep at some point. You should go to there are plenty of moms out there with very low income that literally have somebody watching over their kids at night while they go to night school so they could better their life and, get their kids, a beautiful life, okay? So there is no excuses. Time raising kids, soccer runs, PTA, all that bullshit is not real. You could have taken time to educate yourself. Call a lawyer. I know she did say she once tried to call a lawyer or something. Listen, Jamie Lynn, you unfollowing Kevin doesn't really do much to me. I know some people are celebrating it. Doesn't do anything to me. I think it benefits you more because you're upset that he shared those messages. Now, I will give you the benefit of the doubt. If this is because you really care for Britney and you are appalled like the rest of the world is by how this man has just been literally on a rampage of revenge towards Britney, then I will say thank you for caring about your sister finally. And it is so sad. It just makes me so sad to think about Britney at her home by herself doing all those damn talent shows that she does, because that's what she does, girl. For me, it's talent shows. She has different dresses. She puts on a whole fucking show. And I'm done trying to explain why she does that. She needs to express her creative art somehow, and her creative energy needs to come out somehow. And that's what she loves to do, period. She's not hurting nobody by doing her little twirls and dancing in her fashion show dresses, okay? But the fact that she's alone and she doesn't have the support of her family really fucking breaks my heart, especially, after Britney was a little bit open to allow her mom and her sister back in. You know what? This life is not forever. I feel like there's going to be a lot of regrets in the future, and I don't wish that upon anybody, but at the same time, I'm like, well, maybe you do need some regret. You know what I mean? Maybe you do need it. I always get one question, and that's, Sebastian, you talk always so sure, like you know exactly what's going on. I don't know. But I can feel it. Britney is isolated. They are isolating her. And it's like they're punishing her for getting out of the conservatorship. That's how I look at it. And if Britney is so messed up right now, let's say, what Kevin is saying is true, that, oh, everyone is so alarmed and everyone's so scared. Don't isolate her. Don't bully her globally. Don't do this rampage of revenge. Help her. If you guys are all so worried, help her. Don't talk behind her back. The only reason Kevin spent more time with the kids was because Britney was placed under this conservatorship and she had no rights. And they told her when she can see her kids. So don't mix things. Okay? Anywho, I'm still very weary of Jamie Lynn Spears, but we'll see what happens next. What I would think would be so fucking cool, and I would finally have an ounce of respect for Jamie Lynn, is if she went on her Instagram stories and said, Kevin, you are a fucking loser, okay? That is not the way to help my sister, benefiting you. Just because she cut your child support, now you got to go on a rampage of revenge? Absolutely not, Kevin. You are a fucking loser. # don't buy the book. If she would do that, I would give you a standing ovation. You have my respect, and you would have a lot of people's respect. But until then, honey, you are the same garbage as Kevin Jobless Federline. At least you got a job on Netflix as an extra on that fucking show, okay? Anywho, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit that follow, and I'll see you all on the next one. Mwah. Bye.